Parent in a prison cell, clutching a stack of 1.79 million words that could rewrite their legal fate in the time it takes a bureaucrat to file a form. That startling image is the opening hook for today's deep dive into the Strategic Deployment Matrix version 2.0. It's a story of power inversion that reads like a military operation, yet it lives in courtroom corridors.
Wow, Dad, that really sets the stage. What most people don't realize is that this matrix isn't just a theoretical proposal. It's already being used as a tactical response engine by grassroots litigants. In the next few minutes, we'll unpack how that works.
Our focus today will be threefold: the psychological underpinnings of the command center, the legislative battery's 3 proposed acts, and the technological edge that powers machine speed deployment. By the end, you'll understand why the matrix is being called a master reconstruction framework by legal scholars.
And we'll also explore the real-world implications for child protective services, prison reform, and the economics of social services. Listeners will walk away with concrete examples they can apply to their own advocacy work.
Here's the episode roadmap. First, we dissect the psychology of the Strategic Command Center, then we move into the legislative battery, and finally, we examine the baseline ignition engine that makes every book a transition and a cliffhanger to keep the momentum alive.
Stick around, because the final segment reveals a mind-blowing revelation about how the Matrix can be adapted for other marginalized groups. And next week, we'll dive into the emerging field of AI-augmented legal advocacy. Let's get started.
Let's begin with the psychology of the command center. Traditional pro se litigants operate in a reactive mode, waiting for summonses that stretch over months. The Matrix flips that script by centralizing intelligence, court calendars, statutes, and precedent into a single, instantly accessible hub.
Exactly, Dad, and that's a great point, because the proactive engagement model means the architect can preload responses before a crisis even erupts. What's particularly interesting is how this preloading reduces cognitive freeze during high-stress hearings.
But here's what's really interesting. The Matrix treats time as a weapon. Bureaucratic time is non-linear and indifferent, while human crisis time is relentless. By compressing legal arguments into precision-loaded speech batteries, the architect sidesteps the lag that usually favors the state.
And that's where the first pillar, the legislative battery, comes into play. Antonio's Law, also known as the Memorial Act, aims to embed self-investigation mechanisms within child protective agencies. It creates a paradoxical safeguard, forcing the fox to guard the henhouse.
Indeed, Antonio.
What people don't realize is that this audit mechanism is encoded as a battery, a modular legal package